All right. Well, before I get questions here, we voted for captains today, and the results were on defense, we had Von Miller and Talib. On offense, we had Demaryius Thomas and Trevor Siemian. And special teams, we had McManus. So those 5 guys were chosen by their teammates to be our captains for the season.
What do you expect out of captain?
Well, great leadership. And that's, to be a captain is a lot of responsibility. So I expect great leadership, work every day. I want those guys to be on every day, and that's what I expect from those guys.
What do you see from Vaughn? He's a first-time captain. What do you see from him, though?
Since my time here, Vaughn has been a great leader as far as how he's worked, how he's helped the young guys. I mean, he is a different guy according to the coaches that's been here. So, I'm not surprised that Vaughn was voted captain. I'm not.
Were you hoping that Trevor would be voted one? Or were you?
I didn't have a dog in the race. I mean, it was organic. Our team, our coaches, our building here. We all know how special Trevor is. So it happened organically. It wasn't pushed. It wasn't staged. It was a player vote.
What do you think of his leadership style? I guess he's always been kind of soft-spoken to us, but it seems like
right.
He works hard and has earned respect of everybody. That's kind of his.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been a quarterback now going into his 2nd season. So, how he works, how he treats his teammates, he's a special person in our locker room. So I'm not surprised again that he was voted captain.
From what you've seen of Wolf and Crick, is it pointing toward being able to play and go, or where are they at with those two?
It looks okay. So far, obviously, it's a long week. It's extra 2 days, so I'm not sure how the week's going to end. But right now, they look fine.
What about Zach Kerr? Is there still a chance that he plays on Monday?
I'm not sure there. He's pushing along. He's getting better every day. But I'll know more tomorrow and obviously Thursday and Friday.
Same question on Demaryius, I guess, as far as how he looks.
Demaryius is fine. He went today. He looked great. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
Left guard.
Yes.
Al Barber and Max Garcia. Do you know who will start?
We haven't decided yet. They both played so well. We're still game planning, so we may not decide. May just go with both guys and see, how the week turns out.
What was the thinking behind adding Jonathan with the back on the practice squad?
The thinking behind it was adding a good player. If you watch him today in practice, I mean, he is very explosive. He's a young, healthy back. So our thinking was to add another good player. Simply as that.
Not concerned of injury or something?
Absolutely not. Nope, just adding a good young, healthy back there.
Vance, I know everybody likes extra time when you're getting ready for something.
Yeah,
Do you have to manage your edge, so to speak?
You do. You do. You don't want the game plan to get stale. So we've taken these 2 days, the Monday and today being our extra Wednesday, very slowly, just being really detailed with our assignments and our game plan notes. And tomorrow is really our first day of install for the week. So absolutely, taking it slow, being more detailed.
I don't think there's ever been a later kickoff. Does that matter to you?
Does it matter? No, does not matter. When the ball's kicked, we'll play.
The last time your defense took on Phillip Rivers,
Yeah.
With Miami last year, you got 4 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo. You got
Yeah.
the secret?
The secret to beating Phillip? No, I mean that was an up and down day for us. We picked him off 4 times in the fourth, but he threw 3 touchdowns also. So it was a battle until the last play with Phillip. So when you're facing Phillip, it's like facing Tom and Peyton and all the great quarterbacks. So I've got great respect for Phillip. It's going to be a challenge for us to beat Phillip.
What kind of challenge does Ingram and Bosa provide to the tackles on the outside?
A big one. Obviously, as having 2 speed rushers is always an issue, because you can't help both tackles all the time. You can help one, you can't help 2. So in our division alone, every team's got 2. So obviously acquiring tackles for us was important, but we got to block, speed rushers 6 times this year. 2 on each team 6 times this year. So that's critical for us.
Can you explain kind of the thinking behind wanting to get Jonathan Williams on the practice squad?
The thinking behind it, again, this is a good young player. You watch the tape, he's very explosive. He's young, he can catch the football. So adding good players is always a good thing for a football team. So simply it's that.
What kind of one? But what is how can you help with your intel when you have McCoy here, Chris, and Musgrave?
Yeah.
Who all know the AFC West well. Know the
Yeah.
Chargers. Is there an advantage in a week like this?
I would say not. Every year, every team changes. And every week it's it's going to be a certain game plan that's implemented there. So, I don't see it as that. We watch the film, we game plan as coaches, and we move on. So having Mike here, having JD here, it's no advantage.
What kind of challenges are there in game planning a team that has not one but two quality tight ends in Gates and Henry?
That's always tough because of the matchups. Those guys are tough covers for safeties. So especially for our backers. So we got to be careful on who's covering those guys in certain situations.
Vance, obviously you and Anthony Lynn are both making your head coaching debut.
Yeah.
You and he go way back.
Sure.
Can you speak a little bit about it?
He's a good friend of mine. I was in camp here, I think '97. He was on a roster here. We were neighbors in Aurora and Piney Creek, so we go back a long ways, and it's ironic that we're both head coaches and opening week 1 together. So it should be fun. Excited about it.
Have you given any thought to the weight of you and him being the first African American coaches debuting against each other?
Not really. I mean, it's obviously a special thing, I would say a big picture, issue. It's a special thing, but hopefully in 4 or 5 years that won't even be an issue. It's just two coaches going at it and may the best team win. But it is special at the moment. Absolutely.
Is it a little harder to get ready for a team who has a new head coach? They got to do the same thing with you guys.
Yeah.
The guy, it's not like you just take last year's film and go, yeah, it's the same team.
Right. Well, you track the coordinators. We're going to track Gus Bradley back to Jacksonville, through Seattle. So you track the history of the coaches. Anthony Lynn, obviously, in Buffalo last year was a different scheme, which different than San Diego because his quarterback was Tyrod Taylor. He's working with Phillip, so the zone read aspect won't be in his game plan. But as far as what Phillip does well, we're tracking that. It's the same offensive coordinator in L.A. As far as Wisenhunt. So that part is easy for us. Just tracking the coach's history.
You were neighbors in '93, you said?
97.
97?
Yes.
And then how were you, like right next door?
Houses were back to back. Right, so I can see him from my backyard, he can see me from his backyard. So it was pretty cool. Good man.
Coach, I'm not sure if you heard the stat, but I guess 10 of 11 Broncos coaches have begun their Broncos career in the season with a win.
Okay.
Only John Fox in 2011 is the only one to drop that one. So
Okay.
is that any extra pressure, you think?
No. If it's, Coach Fox's career, it was pretty cool. He won a lot of games here, so no, that's not an issue.
Do you think Barrett is full speed?
Who's that?
Barrett,
Yeah, he looked great. He looked fine.
be ready to start if you need him?
Absolutely.
When you watch Phillip Rivers on film, what's the thing that stands out to you? What do you look at and you say, okay, he does that well?
He is very, very, very intelligent. You won't confuse Phillips with certain looks. So if you give him the same look over and over again, he will expose you. So we got to do a good job of changing our calls and keeping him guessing some. If not, he will expose you and cut you up. So he's a very, very smart, experienced quarterback.
Bond this week was comparing Trevor. He says he sees some Peyton Manning in him.
Mm-hmm.
I see you called Trevor a special player, but is he worthy of that high of praise yet?
Not yet. Peyton's obviously special, but he is our quarterback, Trevor. So in our locker room, he's on Peyton Manning's level. How about that? He's a good player, he's a good man, and he's gonna have a good year for us. So that's how the locker room feels about Trevor. On the same level they felt about Peyton.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys. All right.